Thank you for choosing the Poor Life Decisions podcast with Davidge Phipps. I'm Davidge Phipps. With me, as always, is Brandon Dorey, Silver Doubloons, the famous pirate. Silver, how you doing?
That's me. I'm doing fantastic. This week we also have two guests. We have Mr. Fox, who is becoming a staple on the show. Thank you for joining us as usual.
Stapled.
Thank you for having me.
That's Doc's brother. And then also down in that section we have my brother, Justin Dorey, aka Ogre. Thank you for joining us too.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Very privileged. Thank you.
It's a big round table today. This week we're doing poor childhood decisions, and we'll get to that. But we've already been talking for a while. We've got a lot going on, and we're having a good time here. So, Justin, why don't you start off by telling us how you're doing and what's cracking?
Oh, not much, I'm back to work after my mysterious illness. We didn't know what the doctors still don't know what it was. It was a viral infection that may or may not have been coronavirus. I am feeling much better, and my health is better. And I drink coconut kefir every morning for probiotics for my liver, and it's really helped a lot, I think. So
okay, good to know.
Coconut kefir sounds like something you'd smoke.
It's basically fermented coconut water.
Does it get you wasted?
Interesting.
No, it does say that it can contain a small amount of alcohol in the bottle, though, but you can buy it in the grocery store.
It's fermented.
Yeah, so, I'm sure there are some desperate people that have tried to get drunk on it.
In your case, it wouldn't even qualify as beer.
No, not in Canada, for sure. We have real beer in Canada.
I've had
American beer.
I drank all of it.
Yes. I still remember that we used to have the Fact 10% beer for $2 a can, and it was disgusting. It was $2 for a tall boy, 10%, and we used to try to shotgun it, and we always end up throwing up. We always did it in the bathroom because we just threw up in the bathtub every time. It was gross.
Well, that's just rude. Easy cleanup.
That was a poor young adult decision, not a childhood decision.
Okay.
Childhood ends when you say it is.
Yeah.
Self-defined today.
Yeah. And
so
I had just a sidebar conversation from that. I'll just finish the story. We were drinking that and doing that one time, and we only shotgunned like two of them, and then we went to the bar. And I have a really good friend that has a lazy eye, and he was not drunk at all, but they would not let him in because they're like, "No, man, you're way too wasted. Your eyes are all messed up."
You have anything to say about it, or could he not even get word out?
He was like really, really upset, and we did leave eventually, but with them to support him. But there was no way he was getting by that bouncer that night because the bouncer had just made his mind up that he was totally wasted.
That seems very un-Canadian.
Yeah, it is, right? And it's kind of discriminatory. He was really... Yeah.
I have something to announce.
What's up?
We have somebody in the chat tonight.
Whoa, hey, what's up?
Oh.
Whoa.
Yes?
It's Donnie Gillespie.
Donnie Gillespie, welcome. Welcome, caller. What's your query?
He says, yo, greetings.
Is this on YouTube or Twitch?
He's watching on YouTube right now, and thank you so much for joining us. You're one of you're probably in the top 10 people to ever chat. You're found.
Oh my god!
Sorry to interrupt you there, but that was exciting. He said, "Haha, what's up?"
I was done. So the worst part is he has Discord and could literally just join this group and say hello.
Y'all know Donnie Gillespie. Is this the guy we've played Apex with?
Yes. The same Donnie.
You know, I had fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Donnie's a good guy.
Yeah.
Beloved by all.
Yeah. Donald, well, not all, but a fair amount of people. Donnie tells us how it is, and some people don't like that.
Hey, I get that a lot too.
Right.
Beloved by most.
Might be making it up too most of the time. I don't know anymore.
And I mean, it's a good shout out for Donnie because he's got to be at work early tomorrow morning. So to stay up and late, my debut is, very, very, very thoughtful of him.
Oh wow! Mm-hmm. Thank you. I appreciate it too.
Yes.
It says, can't miss this. I'm deaf in some of these. So I think, has he been on the show before?
No. He thinks that he's if you guys let me talk too long, there's way too many stories, and some of them he would be involved in. That's what he's thinking.
Oh, that's what he. I see.
And I don't want to. I've made a pact with myself that I will try not to take over your podcast. So I'm gonna do my best.
That's appreciated. As an American, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But since it's Canadian, I can't complain too much.
But mostly, Brandon knows most of my crazy stories, but most of them are more adulthood stories, so I will refrain until another poor adulthood decisions.
Ooh, okay. I mean, you mentioned one or two right before we started recording.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, no. We gotta get. I already told one story about the facts, so somebody else has got to say something.
All right. Well, childhood. I was actually a much more behaved person when I was a child. I think it came with age that I became jaded and kind of just. I don't know what to say about it. I used to be a good Christian boy, and now I'm kind of a good Christian boy. I don't know.
Ooh. Did you go to church every Sunday?
Not every Sunday, but there were times where I was just like, yeah, church. Everybody's like listening to this guy talk about the Bible, and it's just like everybody's like here for the same reason. I don't like any of them, but we're all together.
Yeah. Do you guys have a Wana? Go ahead. No, do you guys have a Wana?
I think Awana was a very specifically Canadian, Nova Scotian, that's church thing.
No, I was evangelical Christian. I say I was because I don't speak for my brother.
Wow.
Did you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ?
I just loved him in my heart of hearts and knew that he was my Lord and Savior. I've never met the guy or nothing, but I sure do yell at his dad a lot. My neighbors hate me for it, too. I should probably leave alcohol out of it. Speaking of things that we're not doing this month, I hear Brandon Dorey you're doing a month sober. You're taking a tolerance break.
Sober June, baby. No drugs at all.
Wow. Okay, not even alcohol.
I'll be over next week.
Wait, why?
Because you won't get out of bed.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Hopefully you get out of bed, Brandon.
Oh, life's
Silver
good.
Blue's the famous pirate. Last I heard, you were doing fine.
Life's good. You're doing good. I've got a lot going for me. Life is my drug, and it's keeping me high as a kite.
I don't get out of bed unless I've had nicotine. It's bad.
You have been chugging that thing.
Yeah.
Garrett, you've been trying to talk for a while, and we keep interrupting you. You wanted to say something when Doc was talking about his Christian experience.
I didn't bother thinking about religion. Me growing up, it was just something grown-ups needed. So I played video games. I kept to myself.
I did too.
Yeah.
I just didn't take the Lord's name in vain as much as I do nowadays.
I never really got it either. People kept talking about having a relationship with God and like talking to God and stuff, and I was always like, maybe that's something that comes with age. I don't really get it. What are they talking about? And then over time, I was just like, I think they're just full of shit.
I still just I have this weird conundrum with me, and I think I've told you this, Brandon, about it before, is that I don't believe any of that Bible or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, if the Big Bang Theory is true, why is that thing there in the first place?
You could say the same thing about God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, but my point, wait.
No, I know. Nothing makes sense, Brandon. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. Even that we even exist.
I agree.
Yeah.
I get reason.
It's kind of an annoying fact, if you ask me. Like, why I didn't ask for this?
What,
Hang
do
on,
we
hang
have
on,
more
hang on.
for the chat?
The Duke of Slink says, "Hey sluts" on Twitch. What's up, Duke of Slink?
I have nothing to say to this person. Sounds like a bad rubber piggy. I don't know.
If he's trying to pick us up, it's not a good.
I would
first
probably
time.
be considered prude by your definition, Mr. Duke of Sluts.
It's your boy Colin.
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh, is this Colin from?
The one
Okay,
I
okay.
haven't. I've uploaded the last episode to
How
YouTube,
you doing?
but then I spent the last week in a haunted house. So
Ooh.
basically, it was work or like sitting awake at 3:30 every morning in the living room with all the lights on, holding my gun. Like,
Why were you in a haunted house for a week again?
Miriam, who was on a couple of weeks ago, she went on a camping trip with her boyfriend, and congrats on him not murdering her in the woods while they were alone up in the UP. They're up in Michigan. And yeah, I had to watch her two cats. And
Nice.
like the first night they stayed over, it was fine. One of the cats stayed out in the hallway because there was no door on my room. And then he wouldn't come in the room. And then he would just stare in the hallway every now and again. And then he'd be like, "What is that?" And then he would sniff it, and then he'd look at me, and then he'd be like, like, I don't know how to tell you. The cat told me something was there, but it's like weird, And I'm just like, okay, that's weird. Second night, I start day drinking immediately after work because I'm just like, I didn't sleep. I need to go to sleep tonight. So I'm up till, I don't know, because I wake up 2 hours late for work the next day. My phone is nowhere near me. I wake up with more clothes on than I started with. And I was like up in the corner of the bedroom, like as far back as I could, again, with my hand on my gun. And I was just like, what is going on? And then the third night, I'm completely sober because I'm just like, maybe it's just in my head. Somebody starts walking in the hallway, and then I go downstairs, and then I'm like laying on the couch, and then somebody starts throwing shit in the basement, and the cats come running up, and they're just like, "Oh, that wasn't you?" And I'm like, "No, that wasn't you." And they're just like, "No, I'm gonna go upstairs now, though." And then all the spiders and shit would come out at that. Like, I didn't, So then she comes home yesterday, and she's just like, "Do you want to hang out tonight?" And I'm just like, "No, I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm tired. I want to go home." And then I come here, I know other fucking ghosts have moved in already, so now I got to tell them all over again to get the fuck out of here. And I thought this was going to be a safe spot, and now we're doing this podcast. I'm running on coffee, and that's pretty much it.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, thanks God.
Are you with Ghost at the moment?
No. That guy's still in the hallway, though. That he was kind of
the Sonic guy.
Yeah, no, he was just kind of like, "Hey," today. The last time I saw him, so that was weird.
Stopped running. He's just vibing with you now.
So what?
Brandon, man, I'm telling you, when you said it was in the chat, I thought it was the guy that got stabbed in the house where we lived together.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good story. I could tell it was close enough to childhood. Fuck, I forgot. I don't think I've told anybody that story. Wow. So let me kind of remember how that all happened. So I think it was a little after high school, and I had a couple of friends that I hadn't seen in a while from high school. Probably shouldn't have used his real name, but let's call them. We'll bleep it out. We'll call for the rest of the podcast. We'll call them Jim and Frank. And so anyway, we're having a good time. We're watching some TV. I'm having guests over my 20s, so we're watching TV. I think we're having a few drinks and we're eating cheese and potato chips probably. And anyway, they're getting into it over, I don't even remember what it was something absolutely trivial. And they're having, and I think nothing of it because we're young, we're rambunctious, we're just having fun. And anyway, I go to the kitchen to get something. I was maybe pulling a pizza out of the oven or something, and one of the guys, Frank, comes in and then goes back in to be with Jim. He came into the kitchen, grabbed something, and went back in to be with Jim. And then Jim comes out of the living room into the kitchen and lifts up his shirt, and he's got a small wound with a little bit of blood coming dripping out from his stomach. And I'm just I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Are you okay? What happened? And he's like, Frank just stabbed me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you all right? Let's just go to the hospital. And so I fucking pile him into the car. We leave Jim behind, and I think he just called his parents and went home or something. So I take Frank up to the hospital, and they admit him, they treat him. I'm standing there waiting. I don't know what the fuck to do. I've never been in a situation like this. A police officer shows up, starts asking me all kinds of questions. I don't want to say anything because this is between them two, and I don't want to get in the fucking middle. And really, I don't know anything. And then the police officer says to me, "He's not telling us the story. If you don't tell us what happened, you're going to get charged with obstruction of justice." And so I'm sitting there I'm not taking the fall for these fuckers stabbing each other in my, So I'm just, I tell him everything I know, and he's like, "Thank you very much." Closes it out, and his parents show up, and I get out of there. And anyway, I kind of didn't talk to them for a long time, and then a year later, maybe, I get a summons to go to court. He was charged with some type of assault, and it was I had to go up and testify in a courtroom in front of a judge and a whole court. And the guy who did the stabbing, his father was a lawyer, so he was there. So they were a big important family in the community. And it was a hell of an experience. And I just, I all I did was fucking tell the truth and just try to remember things as well as I could. But it was a fucking weird experience. And to this day, I really haven't talked to either of them in person about it. And I think it's all kind of blown over. I don't think it was I don't think it was a major thing for either one of them, but yeah.
I did see Jim's dad when I was campaigning. He lives not far from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I can add in a little bit. So the funny thing is that when this all happened, me and the two other guys that was living with Brandon were working night shifts. And when we got home at 7 a.m, the police were waiting for us when we came home, and they wanted to come in the house to look for evidence. And I, being nervous and not thinking straight, I didn't ask for a warrant or anything, which I should have, because there was copious amounts of narcotics in our house.
Sure. They were cool though.
They were cool, yeah, they were. But anyways, they did come in, and there was definitely a blood trail on the floor that they took pictures of and everything. Because Brandon hadn't even cleaned it up or anything.
Dude, I this was such an ordeal. I remember I had gotten home the night before it. I just went straight to bed. Yeah, I went straight to bed. I didn't know what the fuck. It was a mess.
Hilarious. Anyways, but yeah, they never came back or anything. It was just really funny that, we said, me and the two other guys we lived with Brandon were pretty much sketch bags. I'll call us that. We were total sketch bags. And then we're the first time the cops get called to the house is because of Brandon, who literally just played poker basically 16 hours a day at this point, and did his call center job, because we used to come home from day shift at 7 p.m. and he had to be there at 5 p.m. and he'd still be in bed. And And this happened for like months, and he didn't get fired. It was hilarious.
They were so desperate for employees. This was when I was living my like 26-hour sleep schedule. What a time to be alive.
It was a time. We could tell lots of stories from that house, Brandon.
Trash room?
The trash room. Or the girl that was basically having sex on the couch beside you and you didn't notice for like 15 minutes.
I mean, it was... to be fair, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like...
Yeah. Hey guys, can you stop?
Like, the best thing for me was not knowing what was going on. Like
and actually, viewer Donnie Gillespie has a story from there too, because he met a girl at the bar and he got the came to that house, and then we ordered a pizza, and he got the pizza delivery driver to take him to this basically older woman's house to sleep with her, and then later she found out she was married, and she came to our house, and I went upstairs to my bedroom, and he slept with her on the couch.
Nice of you to volunteer that story with her checking with him first, but I'm sure it's fine.
He's fine. He said he knew he was definitely included.
All right. If he asks, we can take it out. That's against the rules, but he wasn't here, so we'll give him. But it was already streamed live to the internet, so great job, sir. You did it. You're internet famous now.
Yeah.
Also plays Apex Legends good.
Yep. None of us have received media training. We're all learning this as we go.
Yeah. If you were worried about me saying something inappropriate online, you should have never invited me.
No. It's great. We're learning live too. But I generally
me
like
laughing does not condone behavior. Let me say that. Just because I think it's funny doesn't mean I think it's right.
Donnie just commented, I came back to hear that, LOL.
Just let us know if you want to take it out. We're fucking...
We'll be good sports about that one.
Hell yeah.
Wow. The closest thing we have to anything like somebody stabbing somebody is one time me and Gfox here, we were going to have a bunch of people over to play Xbox 360, probably Gears or something like that. And we didn't ask our uncle, who was living there for free at the time, like, hey, can we use your bedroom so we can all sit in there all night and play Gears of War? And it didn't occur to us that we needed to ask him. I asked my parents, who said it was cool. And anyways, what he ended up doing was grabbing a slushie off the top of the TV. And he's just like, nobody fucking asked me if you could use my room. And then he threw it as hard as he could against the wall.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I went and I got my dad, and then my uncle just left, and he didn't come back for like 2 days. I think. At least that's what I remember about it. So, poor childhood decisions. You gotta ask the guy if you could use his room.
You learned, live and learn.
There was a spare bedroom in the back that he slept in whenever we did that. I guess he wasn't about that.
I mean, I could, if I was in his position, I can see why he'd be upset. I don't know if I'd throw the Xbox into the wall upset, but
it was a slushie.
Yeah.
Oh, a slush. Oh, sorry, I missed that part.
No.
For some reason, I thought you just picked up the Xbox.
It's just like, of all the things he could have thrown against the wall, he chose somebody's slushie.
Colin says, I remember you watching Gears replays on VHS.
Yeah, I was a bit of a nerd. I would record us playing and learn from it. Like what I should have done, what was good, what worked. Watching other people, telling them the same thing. Hot dog, we did it.
That's pretty cool. More games need replays. Go ahead.
That same uncle there, he had bouts of anger that came on randomly.
Yeah. Everybody's got their issues, man. He had a lot we probably didn't know about.
There was one time he was working on your door for the back room, your last room. And he was trying to put the doorknob on, and your laptop was still at the end of like the 3 computers area, and since he was pissed at the door, he threw the screwdriver, and
is that what broke that blue chair?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was what was going on. I was just sitting in my room, and then I came out because I heard some plastic like explode, and then my favorite blue chair had exploded. Like,
it's always the good chairs.
Well, I mean, it was like a $12 chair from Walmart, but it was a nice chair.
I know.
My chair's not going anywhere. This thing's survived the apocalypse.
Your fucking chair has.
Perfect chair. It's never going anywhere.
You've talked forever about getting a gaming chair too, or a better chair for a while.
But every chair I sit in is inferior.
It's true.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm sitting in a Costco office chair right now. It's fine.
I bought 2 chairs for dealing, and I didn't even want to take them home because this one is fucking so much better.
Yeah, are they still at the place you were dealing? Are they still there?
Yeah.
Wow.
One for X and one for Y. Almost said names again.
I know. And that's dealing cards, people, not just sitting in a chair dealing drugs. For anyone watching,
that's the dream job.
Come to my chair.
Is that what a pharmacist is?
Yeah. No, they gotta stand, I think.
I've never seen a sitting pharmacist, but that would be.
Oh yeah, but they should have.
They have stools back there, though.
Wheelchair accessible pharmacists, right? You know.
I was gonna say I've seen a few in wheelchairs.
Oh wow, that's awesome. We're not as inclusive in Nova Scotia, probably.
You know, probably people in wheelchairs don't like it where it's cold.
Yeah.
You know, metal chairs, snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably nicer when there's not snow.
Yeah.
It is nice. It is very nice right now.
It's like 20 degrees still.
Been spending a lot of time outdoors.
Celsius. Yeah. Are you getting lots of biking in?
So much. I'm 4 days a week out to Grand Pré and back. Beautiful.
Wow. Grand Pré is a National Historic Site. You guys should look it up. It's quite fascinating.
I can't think of any National Historic Sites in Wisconsin other than the first Culver's site in Sauk City. House on the Rock.
Yeah. There's the only official nude beach.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
It's full of mosquitoes. It took forever to walk down that path. Like, hated it.
I just anticipate new beaches in North America just being like a bunch of creepy guys wangs hanging out.
That's all I've ever heard about nude.
Yeah, that's why they closed that one down. It was a bunch of gay men going out there and having sex on the beach, and then kids would be out on the river on high school field trips, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
They frown upon that, I guess.
Was the Wisconsin River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people kept dying in there, too. Still do sometimes.
Yeah.
Water's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys ever like seen the ocean? Like, I don't know how well traveled you are.
Yes.
It's awesome. I can't imagine not living near the water. Like,
it is nice to live near water. I've seen the Gulf of Mexico down in Mississippi, and I've seen is it the Pacific? Yeah. And in California.
I have not seen the Pacific. I was so close to California, didn't go. But it's the highest tides in the world, right, Brian?
By the Bay of Fundy.
Yeah.
Yes. I think in Nova Scotia, you're never more than like 50 kilometers from the ocean.
That's right, yeah.
Jesus. Y'all ever get tentacle monsters?
Yeah, pretty. It's actually a pretty frequent problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a lot of Japanese sushi chefs that like profit off that?
It's the main reason we have such a heavy immigration from Japan.
That and Anna Green Gables is close.
They're imperialistic too, I hear. Do they still have a king and queen?
We
Japan?
if you immigrate to Canada, you have to swear fealty to the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, then if they're there, man. They love the queen. And hey, I'm kind of weird, but whatever. You know, we got a guy in a White House, and he used to be Orange Fox.
Senator.
The most accomplished con man in the world is the title I would give him.
Yeah.
Ain't wrong.
That was a
Huge.
weird 4 years.
Huge,
Bigly.
successful con man. Hugely.
Bigly.
He failed upwards.
Dude, I think he fell through one of those portals from Portal. Falling upwards.
Right.
That's
Whoa. That's deep.
I gotta play that game again.
it looks like.
It is great.
Portals, yeah. Portal's one of the best games ever.
I did love it.
Great.
I know it's put a damper on relationships I've had with people before.
Portal 2?
Yeah, playing the co-op.
I still have never done that.
I'd throw it out there. Dying Light 2 is coming out soon.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't beat Dying Light 1.
That game's fun. What were you going to say, Justin?
What do you have in your hand, Brandon?
Nail clippers?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Something to fiddle with.
I see. Yeah. So.
I got a little fidget thingy too. It makes nicotine come out of the tip.
You
All right.
sleepy over there?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Fox, is Fox going to tell us any other poor childhood decisions or what?
Yeah, you got one?
I
put him on the spot hard.
You remember the bottle rocket bottle?
I've told that before, and we talked about it on the last one, you and I.
Yes. Well, when you were putting it in, I thought I should probably tell him not to do that, but I wanted to see the bottle rocket go off, so I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I did too. I was just like, I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna.
And I was the one that discovered that there was shit in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm saying, why is there shit in the shower? And I was like, what, is there a bunch of stuff? Like, sometimes people would put, like, bottles and buckets and stuff in there. Nope. Shit. Toilet paper. Other bodily fluids I'm sure that I helped put in there, you know? Disgusting.
Oh.
I had to shop vac the basement. Throw the shop vac out, like... See, it's the angriest I've seen my dad at me, at least.
Oh.
Well, he had to convince Mike to be the one to reach in to grab it.
Ugh. All I can smell is shit right now. Like, that's all I can just, like, rancid chocolate milk. I don't know how to... Yeah, right? That's all I can smell right now.
I have my own shit story, but I'm saving it for another week.
we usually let the guest choose the next week's podcast or the next week's topic. So if you want, you can be like shit decisions or something.
There's no guarantee I'll be here next week.
You still have to pick a topic.
I have a family.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that.
My 20-month-old is literally 10 feet away from me in the next room.
What spot?
Good spot for her. Yeah, she's still in a crib. She's
Oh, it's a lady.
yeah, it is Violet. I will say her name. Yeah, and
Right
we have
on.
not put one picture of her or anything on social media, on the internet or anything,
That's pretty cool.
because number one, there's too many creeps on the internet, and number two,
Agreed.
like, she can't decide if she wants all that stuff out there for the rest of life, right? So we just didn't do anything.
Fucking Canadians, man.
I know. So what am I gonna do? Just get more popular by showing off my cute kid? Like, I'm popular enough. I don't need that. And that's not very popular, but I'm popular enough.
I don't want to see my kids so bad. I haven't had any yet. You know?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a solid play. Hey, I said if it was 10 years ago, I said I'd never have kids. Right?
Well,
And now I had my first kid when I was 36. Yeah.
Horrifying.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, I think, recommended against me having children, but it's
Oh, I
gone well
recommend
so
against
far.
everybody having children. Nobody should have kids.
It's been pretty great so far.
I hear that from all my relatives that have children.
I know. Yeah, I don't want to bring you guys down with my kid talk. But
No,
there's
that's cool.
definitely a lot of Sesame Street around here.
Dude,
And
I love Oscar the Grouch.
yeah, and Violet also loves that "I'm a Gummy Bear" song. I didn't know existed until she was born, from the early 2000s.
I
It's
don't
on
believe
YouTube.
that.
It's got like 1 billion views or something. It's stupid.
Sounds like I have some kids talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You show her the duck song yet?
Oh yeah.
That one's
He knows.
good. Fucking duck.
I'm not familiar with the duck song either, if I'm being honest.
Ooh. You got some YouTubing to do later.
That's a YouTube classic.
Yeah.
I think I'll save the discovery for when I have children.
Oh. Wow. Brandon doesn't have children and he's doing it. Or Silver Doubloon, sorry. Oof.
Oh, it's my name's up there.
The last thing I learned about Sesame Street was that I will flinch in public if I think I see Oscar the Grouch in the headline. Like,
That's a thing that happens.
yeah.
I get the feeling you hallucinate more than you think you do, Doc.
Well, it was just a bush.
Right, but also like the ghost at the end of the hallway, the footsteps. Hey, I'm just saying. That's my take. You know.
Hey, man, I swear sometimes that I have like real deja vu. Like I dreamed exactly what was happening the next day, the night before, and then like it happens, and I'm like, I have been in this exact situation before, and I had dreamt it.
Have you ever been able to use that information to your advantage?
No, it's always just completely mundane stuff.
Only when
I would have won the lottery by now.
You're gonna manifest that.
I should. It's the secret, man.
Right, for sure, dude. Keep that up.
Steve Harvey says you're not supposed to wish for something small like being able to pay your rent and feed your children. You need to pray for a Porsche and like the money to, be a millionaire. That's what you got to pray for.
Man, that's a great way to lose hours, is just watch those stupid Family Feud clips.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey is a notable dirtbag, by the
way.
Yeah.
Anybody with just a mustache, I'm kind of... he's got to cock my head at him.
He goes hard against atheists. Think we can't have a moral compass.
Oh, whoa.
Where's your moral compass come from? If you ain't believe in God. If they steal monkeys, where monkeys come from?
I see two monkeys hitting each other with sticks. First I laugh, but then I'm like, oh, that's not nice. That monkey's hurting the other monkey. And I think that's where my morality comes from, is like, I don't want to hurt another monkey.
Same.
Yeah. It's called the social contract. Everybody's heard of it except him.
Oh man.
Well, they have a version of it. It's called the Golden Rule.
That's not from Christianity, but
No.
Christianity stole it. We all know this. They take what they want and use it.
I don't even think it's in the Bible. Like I'm pretty sure that's not a. That's just a. That's a thing that predates Christianity.
Like
think
I'm
it's
not
there.
really. I'm not really up on my Christianity, but doesn't the Bible basically teach you that like women should be servants too?
Yeah.
Oh, the Bible's
Yeah.
no.
One or two of my cousin's weddings and the vows that they gave would make you think that.
Honor and obey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Honor and obey your husband.
Women
That's
can't
great.
teach.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah. Anyways.
I feel I went through all this in high school. I feel like
Their version
I
of
used to be an edgy
What?
atheist.
Weren't you
Yeah.
writing a novel at one point about all the inconsistencies in the
Oh, yeah.
Bible?
I was a real
Yeah.
edgy atheist, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have a manuscript?
No, it's lost. It's lost to time. I think it was on another computer at another time, and I wasn't taking it super seriously. It was just a fun little side project.
Yeah. Like you remember what I told you I was writing my autobiography, and I still have it like up till like we're 12 years old, but I just never continued it. It was like that was when the shit hit the fan in our family, and I just didn't want to write all that down because like the first 12 years were easy to write. What I could remember.
Yeah, I can't remember anything is my problem. I have like
My
two or
first-
three memories of memories.
My first memory is getting ever that I can like actually remember, even if I think about it, is getting the red slide for Easter when I was like 4 years old.
I have a
For the
story.
Playhouse. Go ahead.
Okay, so our grandpa, he was a handyman, and he would make these things that were like slingshots, but he called them beanie flippers.
We've talked about those.
Okay. One day he took us out to Indian Lake, and we told him to shoot down a beehive.
That's the story I've told, but that's not how I remember it. So I was just like, Grandpa, no, don't do that. And he's just like, watch this. And he shot it out of the tree, and he's just like, run! You know?
Trolled you.
Well,
that's what I remember.
yes. Or the one. What's the lake? Well, in our hometown, Dad took us. Was it Dad? It was either Dad or Grandpa. Took us fishing at the lake, and you were using my rod, and you flung it back, and you hooked my ear.
Yeah, I remember that. I did not feel good doing that. I remember like yanking on it. I was like, what is it caught on?
Yeah. I don't remember the pain, but I do remember crying.
You were. Yeah, I remember you crying, and I remember thinking that had to really hurt.
Did it rip off, or did it come out?
I think they cut the barb off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I pulled it out the non-barb way.
But you could finally get those earrings you wanted.
I was
too soon.
5, I think. I was still young, so I.
Yeah, I was probably 7.
Wow.
That one was not intentional.
I know.
2-year gap between you two?
Yeah.
3 between me and Justin.
A year and a half, but so he'll kind of overlap me by 2 years, and then I'll catch up.
Is that how that? Okay.
Yeah, Brandon and I are 3 months and 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. Sorry, or 3 years and 3 years and 3 weeks. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Do you remember when you? Do you remember when you hit me over the head with a baseball bat as a kid, Brandon, and then denied it and stayed in your room for 2 days, even though Mom saw you do it?
I remember
She
Mom
tells me,
telling me this story, but I don't
she
remember.
tells you that story vividly. He just like literally, apparently, I was doing nothing, and he just walked up behind me and hit me over the head with a baseball bat.
I think it was
And I cried.
wasn't it a plastic baseball bat or something? It wasn't literally
Listen,
like a wooden baseball
listen,
bat, was it?
listen. Even if it is, why would you ruin the
Oh.
story with that?
I don't want to make it sound like I'm fucking like cracking you over the skull with like this corked baseball bat or something, just
But
trying to get a
apparently,
critical hit.
as our mother as our mother tells the story, she was watching the whole ordeal from the stairs, but Brandon stayed in his bedroom for 2 whole days and would never admit it, even though Mom saw him.
Did you pee and poo in there?
Well, I think he was allowed up for that.
My only tool at the time to defend myself was deception.
You were like 4.
Dude, I was good at it though.
It's
I
funny
held
how
on.
different. It's funny how different you and I are. It's really is amazing growing up in the same environment. Are you and are Doc and Fox more alike or different?
Kinda different.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna comment on it. He's
Okay.
taller than me.
Oh.
I think he's still got longer hair than myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just I cut it today because it's just too hot. It's too thick.
Get back from me.
I was talking more about personality-wise, but I am 3 times Brandon's size as well.
Jesus. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up. I've seen you before though on Brandon's
couch. Yeah, I'm a giant man. So, and our father was a very giant man, bigger than me.
You're still losing weight though, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. That drug works wonders. I inject myself with a weight loss thing every day, right in my belly.
Jesus, is it ringworm?
What? No, it's called Saxenda, and basically it makes me only eat 2 meals a day. I eat breakfast and then I eat supper. And fasting is like the best way to lose weight. Brandon has tried to tell me this forever, and my dietitian has got me on the track.
Turns out not eating is the key.
Yeah.
But it's
Congrats.
actually like staying full all day is bad. It's like because you constantly crave and your body gets used to being full. So even when like people tell you like, oh, eat like 6 small meals a day, that's bad for weight loss. Don't do that because your body never actually burns any fat and doesn't get your metabolism going.
I could see that for like maintenance or whatever, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm learning. I'm getting better. I lost a lot of weight before Dad died, and then basically put it all back on when he died. So,
like in memoriam, or
no, I'm an emotional eater. I would say I eat to feel better.
I gotcha.
So,
I sleep to feel better.
Food is like it is like a drug. I think it's like it makes you happy.
It does. It does.
Gives you the dopamine you crave.
Yeah.
I've been the most I've ever weighed officially was 199.
Oof.
And they keep telling me I'm 5'10". I don't know if I believe them, but it hurt my knees.
Yeah.
And it was like once I lost it, it's
wow.
It's the only motivation to not ever have it come back ever again.
Wow, that's crazy. The heaviest I ever won was at 6'3", was 432.
My knees would blow out, dude.
Yeah, they get used to it. Actually, I can say that, like, even like I'm still large now, my knees don't generally bother me and stuff. Like, I feel all right. I do get winded going up flights of stairs for sure. But I'm also deceptively fast for my size. Running when I want to sprint, but I just have no endurance.
I'm interested in seeing that.
Well, we can we can get the GoPro and do a live stream. I guess I have a GoPro.
Race, dude.
Yeah, I think it's been a while now, but I mean, I used to be a pretty good ball player for our area, right? And people were always, I mean, I was a home run hitter. I was a big boy, but I could always run to first really fast. But if I had to stretch out a double, I was pretty tired.
I believe that.
But I just tried to hit it over the fence a lot.
Yeah, man, that's the way to do it. I hear.
Then you can trot.
I forgot all about baseball. I used to play too. I was the pitcher.
Yeah, that's right. And you played soccer too. It's so funny you never got into paintball when I got into it, because we played competitive paintball and we got third place in Atlantic Championships when I was in 2001, so I was 17.
There's always so much money.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I remember the last tournament I went to that we paid competitively. I spent like $900 on paint. It was horrible. It got ridiculous once the guns were able to shoot really fast. That was the problem. Because that last gun I built, it would shoot 24 balls a second.
I remember you had that little double trigger, and you would like wiggle your fingers back and forth to shoot it.
Yeah, you practice, right? I had the thing. You just sit while you're watching TV and practice all the time. Right. It came in handy for other things later in life. Am I right?
Coming through the phone book, my dude.
Great finger stamina. It's not like walking up the stairs, right?
Mario Party, where you had to tweak the thumbstick.
I got it.
Probably good for that too.
Oh yeah, that's a real life talent. Paintball. Look at it. If you've not played competitive paintball, it is really fun. But I've been really thinking about getting back into it. But I stopped actually because a guy on my paintball team got killed in Afghanistan, and none of us have played since then. He went over and got deployed, and they actually named the ferry in Halifax after him, Christopher Stanix. So he got killed by a roadside bomb when he was deployed. He was only over there less than a year, and I literally have all my gear in the basement and everything. Some of it apparently is valuable because my gun is a custom autococker. That's literally what it's called, an autococker.
I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah. I don't know why. I haven't talked about paintball in like 10 years, so it's weird that came out.
No, I get that, man. I always tried to get into it, but like it was so expensive, and and then I got into airsoft because I just couldn't deal with like how bulky all the paint was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really like small.
Yep.
Because I had bad lungs, so if I did anything for too long, they would pop. So I tried not to do much. But I got over it, I guess.
It was literally an advantage being a lot larger at paintball because paint would bounce off me and not break sometimes. There's times I'm not lying. There's lots of times I got shot and it didn't break in
those
tournaments.
Don't count, I hear.
They don't count. There's no proof, right? So the ref would check you. But like it was stupid at the end of it. I was carrying 1,700 rounds for a 5-minute game, the last going off, and it was $100 for 2,000 rounds at a tournament. Stupid. Yeah.
I'm still too poor to do that.
Yeah, I know. And that was like in the early 2000s. I was making like $6 an hour at Burger King.
Jesus.
Brandon and I both worked at Burger King. That's hilarious.
First job. I
Yeah.
started just before I turned 16.
Yeah. I liked working there, actually. If they paid me the same amount of money I make now, I'd go back.
I do miss
the worst job.
Yeah, I miss working in a Culver's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like cool making cool like chicken tender matzo stick burgers when no one was around.
Yeah, I would go in. I worked the breakfast shift, and I would always steal breakfast.
Yeah. If you worked in fast food, does anyone not steal food? Like, I don't think there's anyone that worked at Burger King that I didn't know that took food.
Right?
Never worked.
Have it your way, dude.
Right.
What were you saying, Garrett?
I've never worked in a restaurant.
Really?
I've had 2 jobs.
Wow. I've only had 3, so I know that. Well, I should say I've worked for 3 companies. I've had a lot of jobs at my last company. What do you guys all do now? I don't even know. Well, I know what Brandon does. He's a wealthy investor and, philanthropist.
I'm heading for disability.
Oh, okay.
I think I just got a new job as long as it's not a scam, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Wait, did I hear about this?
I don't think so. I had an interview the other day that they set up a second one, and the guy was just like, as soon as he saw me, just started smiling and was like, "Yeah, it's just we wanted to like just make sure that we were on the same page, and we're probably going to offer it to you." And I was just like, "It's $27 an hour, right?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's great.
What made you skeptical that it might be a scam?
It's the same job that I'm doing now. I'm just doing it in person in an office. Like, I'm fully vaccinated. My contractor's I hope gonna provide me some face masks, and I have some that I can use.
Mm-hmm.
And it's $27 an hour.
Hot dog.
And if I don't keep the job, then it'll be fine because I'll be dead of coronavirus.
You're not gonna die of coronavirus, Doc. You're young, healthy, and white. Mostly.
And you said you're fully vaccinated. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm still worried. There's a lot. They just removed the mask mandate here in Wisconsin, so nobody's wearing their masks anymore.
Well,
I am.
Just like me too. But everybody's just like, it's over with. We beat Corona.
They even said here once 75% of people are vaccinated, they're opening everything up and going back to pre-COVID life. And we've had some of the strictest restrictions in North America, I'd say, in our province.
Yeah. Maybe they're hoping to cull the herd a little bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, all those older people are just the drain of society, right? That's who it's killing.
Yeah. That's pretty nasty stuff. I love my grandpa.
Yeah, I know. But it's hard. It's like, it's crazy.
We've had 88 deaths, and the average age of people who died from coronavirus in Nova Scotia was 78.
Yeah.
F.
Yep. We had the youngest death ever though last week in Nova Scotia, a man in his 30s, our age.
Hot dog. That's probably what brought the average age down, because I remember it used to be 80.
Yeah.
Was he in peak physical condition?
They didn't announce. They don't talk about that stuff, but I assume he was like in the same physical condition I am, because like being obese is like the biggest problem for coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
Got a lot of space to live.
Oh. Yeah. It's funny, like at my work, like it's like we all wear masks, even like running machines. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's hot in there too.
Yeah. No, dude, I shaved most of my beard off because of how hot it is under that mask.
Yeah. I had a good beard going while I was off sick, but I shaved it off because I'm management and I thought it would look greasy. Yay, middle management, let's go.
I worked in a middle school once, and I was working in the winter months, and one of the kids in the school was just like, "Dude, your sideburns look like pubes." It's like, no, they don't. Go back to class. And then I went to the bathroom and I looked at him and he's like, he's fucking right. They look like greasy fucking pubes. I never grown my beard that long ever again.
I haven't seen my pubes in years.
Rip.
Yeah. I think everyone's first when you first start growing facial hair, it's all disgusting, and nobody should ever use it.
It's tiny needles growing out of my face.
Yeah.
They keep getting infected, and like it looks like I have giant pimples on my fucking neck.
Yeah. Our dad had an epic beard, and it's funny when I see older pictures of him without any facial hair, I think it looks weird.
I got that same thing with my dad. He's currently got a pencil mustache.
What?
Yeah. That's all the facial hair that they'll currently allow at his job is a pencil mustache.
Oh wow!
Rocking the
You
John.
should call him Gomez.
Gomez.
Dude, Dad is he's like great.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cringe whenever I look at old pictures of myself with hair.
Why?
Yeah. Dude, do you remember what my hair looked like before I shaved it off? I was like balding
Yeah.
along the top. It was
No,
embarrassing.
like mine is.
Not saying anything about your hair.
I know.
Mine
I think it
mine
would
is
look
bad.
fine, Silver.
I look way better with the cue ball. Sure.
You don't look bad.
Dude, I'm pulling it off. If I shaved my face, I would look like Jeff Bezos.
You had beautiful hair when you were younger, though. Way better than mine.
I used to be blonde way back when.
I know you were.
Long time ago. I feel like I could also pull off being a Joe Rogan impersonator if I got my facial hair just right. I talked to Doc about this a bit.
Huh.
That would be funny.
Do you want to do it and then literally title the podcast "The Joe Rogan Experience"? So when people search it 1 week,
they'll definitely find it because we'll show up on top. Good point.
Yeah.
They won't have to trudge through every single episode of the Joe Rogan Experience to find it.
Yeah, when you're live, right?
I think I would also call myself Broe Jogan if I was going to be a Joe Rogan impersonator.
I'm about it.
That's not bad. Are you a big Joe Rogan fan?
I used to really like Joe Rogan.
Interview style.
Yeah, I think he's a great interviewer. I think he's a bit of a chameleon. And I kind of identify with that as well. Like he's the type of person who adopts his personality to whoever he's kind of talking with, which is kind of not a great personality trait, but it's also a great trait for an interviewer.
Yeah.
And so I think he's a fantastic interviewer. I think he has some really interesting people on who have some really interesting things to say. I don't think Joe Rogan himself is
interesting.
He's interesting, but he's just he's not worth listening to on a lot of things, and he has a lot of opinions about things that he probably shouldn't, especially the coronavirus. But he's he's definitely at the very least he's a good interviewer. He's an interesting guy, and I think he's got a lot of good stuff going on for him. So I can't hate on him too much.
Personal friends with Alex Jones, who I think he is one step above.
Ooh.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
Alex Jones is another one of those just wild characters, and I don't know.
I would attempt to be friends with Alex Jones at least twice. I would give him a second chance, I think.
I don't know what that would be like. I don't know if he's a real person or not. You know whenever he gets called out for doing something wrong or saying something stupid, his defense is always, I'm a character. I'm not really like this. It's all an act.
Does that mean the ducks in the park are not actually free?
The ducks in the park are free, and you can take as many as you want.
They lay eggs, don't they?
I believe they do.
Dude, I bet those duck eggs taste good.
I can't ever remember eating duck.
Quack.
I have had quail eggs, and I find them quite delicious.
There's ducks at the park for free if you want one.
Yeah. Goshen Gold, man. Just lure them with the ice cream cones.
Henniggers?
Dude, they love waffle cone.
I know.
There's one of those old school 25-cent feed machines that you can feed them out at Henniggers and just throw them a handful of fucking feed. The ducks go for it. The koi go for it. It's a frenzy.
Oh, that sounds like whenever I go to the beach in PEI and I get 2 hermit crabs in my hand and see which one's gonna win the bigger shell. It's like the hermit crab arena. They fight for the bigger shell. It's amazing.
Hermit crab battle royale.
Yes, maybe I should get 100 of them and videotape it for YouTube.
You'd probably get at least 1,000 views.
Jesus. Dude, hopefully it's just a lot of snapping claws at each other, and one doesn't walk away without 3 legs.
If you built an epic prison from Warzone sort of castle and put them in it, I bet you'd get a lot of hermit crab views.
I wouldn't
Hermit
know,
crab
but
war zone.
They don't
I don't think
actually
you belong.
attack each other. It's
Yeah,
more
they pull each other
bullying
over.
out of the way.
Yeah. They
yeah, don't they like
polo.
give their? Don't they like trade shells sometimes?
I don't know. They always
If
go for the better one.
the shell is too big for them, then they wait for someone else, and eventually a line forms.
Right. Yeah. There's a great video on this somewhere where like a huge line of hermit crabs like all upgrade their shells one by one. Right? I'm remembering that right?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
biggest to smallest.
Yeah.
Do they play the Jeffersons theme song?
No, but you should do that.
Well,
Put that on YouTube
why did I
haiku.
start this thing?
To the east side.
I have my 2 rules: don't talk too much and don't sing on this. And I just broke one.
You did it.
Quite all right.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Yeah.
There is no law.
No law with the claw to bother the bite.
I am the law.
So I'm not gonna lie. I know I am a big fan of the show, but I haven't watched every episode, so I don't know how much Brendan has talked about our childhood and our parents' divorce.
You've been brought up a few times.
Oh yeah, I was not a good big brother.
I'm guilty of that too.
Well, yeah, I try to be a really good brother now.
We're all over it. It's all love now. Oh,
I have a scar on my chest from Garrett.
Ooh.
Where
Were you stabbed?
He took his hand and he swiped at me one time, and it went through my shirt, and it's still there.
Wow. Did you not cut your fingernails for like a month?
Dude, I don't know about you, Garrett, but I have some I have to chew my fingernails off. I have to, otherwise they get caught on the shit. People get cut by them.
You guys need one of these on your desk at all times.
I have one, but it's just it makes them so sharp that it I just use my pocket knife and I just shave it down.
You get your emery board and you file them down afterwards.
Oh my god!
I don't like the texture.
I've chewed them off for as long as I can remember. I use a toenail clipper for my toenails, but mostly because my toes won't reach my mouth. But
I used to eat them for the nutrients.
Ugh.
And then my mom
it is protein.
I know where my hands have been. I would not do that.
I'm kind of a disgusting creature. I don't care. You ever eaten ass?
Yes. There's a story about that.
Hey.
The first time I ever did it, the girl farted and then giggled. It was terrible.
Tell the story. I gotta run that.
Did you immediately vomit back into her butthole?
I did literally actually run across the hallway. I was 18 years old and I vomited in the bathroom, and in the hallway I was in just my underwear, and her mother was walking down the hallway with a basket of laundry and watched me run across the hallway and then puke. It was... And then she was talking to her mother about if I was okay and having a conversation sitting on the bed. I came back in, didn't say a word, put my clothes on, walked upstairs and left. I didn't call her for 3 days.
Was she mad?
Yeah. I told her she giggled, so she did it on purpose.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Women are devious. Don't let them convince you otherwise. I
was mad, man.
Did it taste like poop?
Literally, I just told you guys that story in 30 seconds. Yeah, I could taste it. That's why I threw up. I literally, it tasted. Yeah, it was horrible.
Honestly, anytime I've done it, I've been incredibly drunk.
Literally, I told that story in less than a minute. But when I did comedy first, that was a 10-minute bit.
How'd it go over?
It went really well, actually. People couldn't believe that I would tell that. And then people were like, that's a crazy story. I was like, yeah, story. Yeah. Never happened. Yeah. I have two main bits when I started comedy, and it was that one, and when I was this is a poor life decision. When I was 15 and I was living in a house with Brandon and my dad, literally I went to the computer room and the blinds are always closed, always, and no one was home. And it was I I went and to look at some adult material, and I had my penis out, and then I heard the clothesline move, and I like kind of panicked and turned around, and sure enough, the blinds were wide open with my cock in my hand, and I locked eyes with the girl that was renting the basement. And it was like full cock in my hand, like looking back at her, locked eyes. So then it was really super awkward because I was in the middle of a video and I just had to go to my bedroom. We didn't have phones back then, and I had to finish up. Right, I wasn't gonna stop. Right, So yeah, but it was really awkward when she came and paid the rent like 2 days later.
My favorite sex story that always makes me laugh is one time a girl was giving me head after she had eaten breakfast, and she went too hard, and then she threw up a bunch of honeycombs all over my dick.
That's gross.
It was funny. And then she told her best friend the story, and she got me a T-shirt that says honeycombs on it. I think I had it.
Nice.
That is great.
I'm quite sexually inexperienced, but my first time was in the changing stall in Dick's Sporting Goods.
Wow, that's like porno worthy. Like,
did I ever meet this person?
Yes.
Someone you went to school with?
No.
Live on the internet.
Yeah, the questions I can get an answer to. I met this person?
Yes.
Well,
I'll tell you later.
You can slide into the DMs, boys. Slide into the DMs.
Well, mine was in a dorm room, so whatever.
It was actually with the ass-eating girl was my first time, and she literally called the number on the box of birth control and asked them if she should be protected yet. And then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go have sex now." Told the lady on the phone.
That is how the product is intended to be used.
That was
diligent.
That was a thing, yeah. Another thing I did when I was younger was I literally was so I'm not gonna like how do I say this without sounding like a cocky jerk, but I've dated women. I think Brandon would agree. Most of the girls that I've been with in my life, if you looked at us side by side, I should not be dating them, including my wife. Would you pretty much agree with that? Well, they're just far more attractive than I am.
I mean, I can only think of really three that you had long-term relationships with: your current wife, the girl with the butt story, and then the one in the middle with who was not like the other two. Let's say.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was going to tell the story about, because I literally was kind of like in a slump, so I got with this girl for a bit, and she was not attractive, and like it was bad. I went to work one day and like literally. This guy was right after New Year's Eve, and it's like, "Oh, I saw you with the picture of you and this girl," and he's like, "You're not fucking that, are you?" And that was when I knew I had to break up with her, because like people need to be saying like, "What is she doing with him?" Not "What is he doing with her?" So I literally did it the next day. It was terrible. I was such a jerk.
Girls need love too.
Yeah, it wasn't just that.
In my experience, I have found that the more attractive the person is that I date, the more annoying they are. And sometimes it's not intentional. It's just kind of like they experience life differently than us. Like people give them things. People allow things to slide that they don't allow for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that perspective for sure.
Yeah, I get a pass because I'm with them.
I would say that was with the first girl. She was very much like that. Thought that she was going to be, the cat's meow. She literally had like 4 different nicknames for herself. She at the end she was calling herself HAC the Third. It was bad, as if she was like super important.
She a SoundCloud rapper?
No. She was the daughter of a dairy farmer. And she was on the news months for leading a march against Monsanto in Halifax. That's all I know.
Jeez.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I'm so pacifist, I'm not even into protesting.
Yeah.
I would probably just be a hindrance.
That's what I say. I open my mouth and people don't look happy at what I say, so I
have good news.
What's that?
The guy whose gym I go to got a cat.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Does it ever spot you?
Oh, yeah, and it's jacked.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it have an 8-pack because of all the nipples?
Yes.
I can confirm I've seen a picture of this cat, and it does seem adorable, and I am not a cat person.
Good cat. The first night I was there, I was doing sit-ups, and when I went to rest, I laid on my stomach and fell asleep.
Oh.
Cats like warm things.
Brendan, did you ever tell the story on here of our cat getting Aiden on the lake in Lakeville?
That was that Rascal?
Sheriff.
It was Sheriff. That's right. Yeah, there wasn't much of a story to tell. I mean, we never even found her body.
No, we just know that our neighbor's dog came back with cat guts in its mouth, and it was a police dog. So
you could spot cat guts at 20 feet.
It was not good. He came back with like stuff hanging out of his, and we're like, "Yeah, our cat never came home." And then I asked my friend, he's like, "Yeah, our dog ate something and came back with a bloody carcass."
That cat had. Remember that cat had kittens outside that house, and then we raised them inside.
Story's getting sadder as it goes on.
No. I think we had given away the cats by the time she died, or the kittens.
Yeah. I remember Rascal had them in my closet. Remember that in our old house?
You don't remember that?
Remember Dad had made those. He had made those built-in cupboards with our desks in our bedroom and stuff because he was a woodworker.
Mm-hmm.
And in the corner one, it almost opened like a lazy Susan, and that's where I had all my pants and stuff as a kid. And the cat went in there and had kittens when I was it was just before Mom and Dad split up when we were 11 or 12. That's where Rascal had, and that's where Sheriff was born.
Right, I do remember that. It was a legacy.
Yeah.
No doubt her cats are still out there.
Do you remember driving the snowmobiles around that house and everything? Like crazy people and jumping them and everything?
I don't remember jumping them, but I do remember.
Yeah, Dad used to plow up the driveway, and we had the hill on the one side, and we could take the GT snow racers all the way down to our grandparents, which is the next house, probably 250, 300 meters away.
Are you still Silver? He's still gonna send it.
Yeah. But we just literally used to where Dad had plowed it all up. We used to jump those friggin' snowmobiles.
Jesus, aren't those things pretty fragile? That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Yeah. I flipped my snowmobile. Remember the time I flipped my snowmobile and smashed it all to pieces when we were and I had to drive it, and the handlebars were right on the seat, and I had no windshield all the way home. Because I flipped it completely upside down. It was bad.
You can ride a snowmobile with no handlebars.
You remember when Dad was trying to teach me to mow the lawn, and I drove over a small tree?
Yes. Do you remember when I was mowing the lawn and I started sliding down the hill because it was wet and I ran into Mom's car? Oh yeah, he was not a happy man. I can't remember how much I got hit that time.
My dad never hit me, I might have got spanked once, but the weirdest thing he ever did was he held me upside down by the right ankle, and then he took all my clothes off except my pants and that, and then he held me under the shower head and just held me under the water.
That's like dipping you in. He dipped you in the river Styx, dude.
Whoa.
Except he just held me upside down in a shower. I was like 13, so it was actually really impressive.
Wow, that is impressive. I thought you were like 5 when you were telling this story.
No.
Yeah.
I think about it, it's probably more like 11. I had not discovered the wonder of masturbation yet. Once I figured that out, I was showering every night.
Freak, man, I was like 9 years old when I found Sears catalogs. It was amazing.
You know? Swimwear, what did you say about it? Looks good on a lady.
True. I'm assuming that's like most boys from our generation's first foray into it.
No.
No.
I want to say tentacle porn.
What?
I want to say tentacle porn, but I think I might just be saying tentacle porn.
Okay.
Yeah. Tentacle porn.
You guys might be a little younger than I am.
I had a friend who had found his dad's stack.
Oh. That'll do it.
I had that experience too with a childhood friend.
Yeah.
Did you guys masturbate together over it?
No, it was more of a curiosity thing, and he showed me some of the pictures and stuff, and I was like, okay. I think I was still too young at that age to really get it. I think maybe 9 or 10.
I just remembered a terrible story about this. So do you remember living in Lakeville? So do you remember that we had the sauna?
Yep.
So Dad had a bunch of videos that he had hidden in his bedroom. Do you remember that?
Under his bed, maybe?
Yeah, under his bed, yeah. And anyways, there was one that was it was labeled Cowboys and Pussy. I still remember the VHS tape. And anyways, there was like 6 of us over, and we were watching it, right? And this guy was giving it to this girl doggy style, right?
Sure. As you do.
And there's one guy there that like obviously had never seen anything like this before, and this was like when we were like probably 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just starts laughing uncontrollably, and he's like, "That's where the poop comes from." And we're like, "No, man, no, that's not where the poop comes from, man."
That is funny though. I'm glad he laughed out loud.
Yeah.
That is the appropriate reaction to that scenario. Just a bunch of guys sitting around watching some porno together.
I used to be the one kid with Showtime cable.
Ooh.
So and Skinamax.
Yeah. And we would always watch softcore porn and make fun of it.
Yeah.
Like people would just be like having sex on a pool table, and then a guy would come in, like the guy who owns the pool table in the place, and just like, "Oh, looks like you guys are having fun."
Mind if I join?
Yeah. It's just like I'd be like, "Get the fuck off my pool table! What are you doing?"
You're gonna ruin the felt.
Yeah, dude, the felt's gonna be filled with like vagina. Yeah. But you know what? It was still
it's always less messy in the movies than in real life.
I figured it's because everybody's incredibly dry from fucking nonstop for hours on end. Pardon my terseness, but I don't know what to refer to it other than fucking for hours on end.
Oh.
It's It looks like an endeavor. I guess that's why they get paid a lot.
This is a bad topic because I just remembered another stupid thing we did when we lived together on West Main. Brandon, do you remember when Bateman lived there, and we got drunk that night and we made the Kijiji ad? So Kijiji is like your Craigslist, right?
Oh, I do remember that. I had nothing to do with this, but I remember you.
So, anyways, we literally set up like a Gmail account or whatever. It might have been Hotmail, and it was just called nserotica@hotmail or gmail.com, right? So, right. And then we posted the Kijiji ad that we were looking for, like, we were starting a porno company and we were looking for talent, but we didn't specify female talent. And by like in the next 24 hours, we got like 150 replies, most of them dick pics. It was horrible.
For some, that might be okay.
Yeah, but I was just like literally like
I don't.
Like it was really bad. I still remember like waking up the next day and being like, "Oh, we'll check that email account." Holy fuck!
I've talked to women, and apparently, dick pics are like a source of worry. Like they've had dick pics wake them up in the middle of the.
No, there's women at work that say all the time that they get them from people like at work. It's like that's not like just report them, you fools.
I think the big dick energy play is to not send unsolicited dick pics.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's just my take. Hot take.
You know,
I avoid taking a picture of my dick in general.
Yeah, I would. I can't imagine I ever would, but I definitely wouldn't do it until I lost 200 pounds.
Hey man, if you got some tasteful lighting and they're into some dad bod, I think there's a market. I mean, aren't you married? You cornered the market. Yeah, it literally can't get away from you.
my hot wife.
My wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's fine. She likes being referred to as Dorey's hot wife. It's good.
Yeah. Well, hey. Sounds like it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, July 1st, we'll have been dating and together for 10 years.
Chutzpah, it's a decade.
Yeah, that's a decade. That's crazy. And I'll be married for 4 in August.
You can make a dodecahedron out of your relationship.
Yeah, I could.
Where each hedron is a year of your relationship.
I should do some arts and crafts, I guess, for this one.
I have to correct you. It's a decahedron. A dodecahedron is 12.
Oh. I don't know.
Yes, that is good math. That's a good call out. I almost got mad because you were a nerd, but then I remembered that this is 2021 and I can't burst out like that. On behalf of all the non-nerds, I apologize.
Brandon was the math whiz in school, man. I used to be good at math, but fuck, I don't remember any of my calculus or any of that shit anymore. I just haven't used it in so long.
Still do a little bit of it because of the game programming and stuff, but
yeah, dude, I don't have the patience for it. Like, I always admire people who do math really well and can do it quick in their head. Because it's just like, I hate numbers. They're always telling the truth. You know?
I know. I'm like a mediocre Excel. I'm like a mediocre Excel worker. Excel user, I would say. But at my work, people think like I'm a demigod because I can use Excel and make it do things.
Expectations are low in the great province of Nova Scotia. Good if you're mediocre at things.
Whoa! You made a graph with Power BI? That's amazing.
You're miles ahead of me.
You mean you can
Don't tell my future employer that. Fuck. I'm sure.
Yeah, I did it all with no education, so I just. Yeah.
I wish I had not have gone to school. I regret it.
I went 1 year for physics, and I had paid for most of it. I had a very small student loan, and I paid it off within the first year of working at my current employer, which may or may not be the largest tire company in the world.
I'm hoping to one day pay off my student loans so then I can start planning to retire when I'm 80.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like today, what it costs. I'm 37 and the only debt I have is my house. I don't even have a car payment anymore. Like it's just like I can't imagine going to school and paying what you guys pay now. I'm not trying to be a jerk to you. It's just like holy,
No.
crazy,
It's
right?
a fucked up system, and we know it.
It is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, absolutely. Like I always think it's funny that we like betrayed the tyranny of the British Crown only so that we would have more money to steal from ourselves here. You know?
It's like all my friends finished and went and got a engineering degree, either civil or mechanical. And it wasn't until they were until 6 years ago, probably they were in their early 30s, that they were making more money than I was. And then they had all that debt as well, right? And now they've surpassed me, but I lived my 20s and traveled and did everything. And I don't know. It's just different. It's just different, right?
I went to Vegas once for my mom's second wedding.
Yeah, I love Vegas. I went 4 times in 2 years.
Dude, the streets are literally paved in pornography.
It's true.
Yes.
True. Yeah. I have a
Okay,
lot of
any
fun
That
other
though.
wasn't
questions?
really a fun weekend, anyways.
No.
I'm sorry we made you sleep on the floor, dude. I really thought that.
Whoa. There's a story there.
Not on the internet.
No, okay.
No? Okay. I was fully prepared to talk about it. I don't care.
Okay, if you want to. I
Well-
really don't care. I just know
Well-
that I was trying to stop whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah, thanks.
You made me sleep on the fucking floor.
All right.
Probably should have just went and stayed in their room.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. There was no other room.
Ah,
That is awkward. You guys shared a room with the people that got married?
No.
no.
Oh, okay, that would have been weird.
Yeah, no. Gross.
2 women.
Oh.
I don't know how far Davidge wants to go with it, so.
No, don't worry about it.
All
We
the
can
way,
talk
baby.
about it offline.
All the
If
way.
you ever want to tell me.
How old
I'm-
was I? I was 21. I'm going to admit that was kind of scummy of me. Like the age thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard 16 is age of consent in Vegas, which is disgusting, and I was 21 at the time. I apologize.
I had
it
just
may
turned
look like
18.
I have a history of this, and I apologize. But I just like people that are into me. I have said no to those people before, if that makes anyone ever feel better.
I feel better.
I feel like I pieced the story together from the parts.
I appreciate that, Silver. As a scumbag,
Well, there.
please
One
tell the
of
story, Garrett. Please tell the story, and I will confirm or deny the facts.
the women was going to be our new stepsister,
Ooh.
Yeah, I was not trying to hang out with her.
and
That
her
would've been
friend.
This sounds like a Pornhub main page thing. Oh.
gross.
Yeah, our friend got drunk and
She did?
no, our friend got drunk.
Oh, well, so was I. I mean, I was 21.
Yeah, but he got shit-faced drunk, whereas you got buzzed drunk mostly.
Yeah. Drinking makes you do
Sure.
dumb things.
But she felt she had to take care of the drunk guy because her friend was taking care of you, and I wasn't drinking at all.
Well, there you go.
You got fifth wheeled.
Yeah, she had a talk with me while you guys were out and about, with her and her friend.
What was it about?
She was upset her friend was trying to do things with you as well, because she also had a boyfriend.
Gross.
You dirty dog.
She
Oh.
kept that a secret. I learned that after her friend and I had a talk.
Yeah, I did too. And then me and our sister talked, and I was just like, I didn't know. Also, I'm a scumbag, so I apologize for that.
And I did have a problem with it.
That's
16 was... Yeah. I thought I was pushing it with just turning 18 while still dating a 17-year-old. Well, she was 16 at the time, though.
That's a big
She was
difference.
turning 17.
16 and 17.
She was going to turn 17, but I was 17 when we started dating, okay? And I thought I was pushing it.
I just want to find a nice lady who tells me she's at least 18, and then we have a nice time together. That's all I want. That's all I want. I wish that wasn't too much to ask.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, well, you know...
Hey, so moving on.
Moving along.
Moving along.
Moving along.
I don't have anything. It was
Yeah.
getting awkward between the two of you, and I was trying to save you both.
All I have is this hole I keep digging deeper for myself.
Yeah.
I watched Chaos Walking this week. It was okay. It was okay.
What is Chaos Walking?
It was this young adult
Hilarity.
film starring that one young guy, Tom Holland, I think?
Holland.
Yeah. And he was it's a near future kind of dystopia where they're just early on expanding to new planets, and he's living in this planet where there's no women, or at least he thinks there aren't. And then like this lady from a spaceship crashes down, and they get together, and it's like they've got to figure out what's going on with their world, and why is she there, and is she, it was okay. It was fine.
You forgot the most important part.
What's that?
All the men can't keep their thoughts in their head.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was a big, pretty. Plot
What Men Want, the movie.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
They already made that, actually.
So it's no new Mortal Kombat, is what you're saying.
It was
You are correct, sir.
I still really did enjoy the new Mortal Kombat. Probably
It
more than I should have.
It was a romp.
So I did just look up Chaos Walking, and it is 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I think
Wow.
because
They changed a lot. There's supposed to be aliens or something.
There were aliens in the film, but they just like played a completely pointless minor role.
Yeah. But they have a bigger role in the book, apparently.
Like less than they did in Signs. That's the alien movie that always drove me crazy.
That one scared me when it first came out.
Swell Entertainment did a video on it on YouTube, and she does spoil it, but
Swing away.
It is a review, and she does tell you she's going to spoil it.
This is what happens when you live in a society. You swing away.
Oh, what a weird thing for the climax to be about. Like, why would you say why wouldn't you say like water is their weakness, not swing away?
Dude, it's an implied thing that they know that the water is their weakness.
It's funny because I have yet to ever watch Signs, but I know.
Yeah, it's skippable.
Watch
War of the Worlds instead.
The one with Tom
I
Cruise
did because it has Tim Robbins.
Yeah, like
Or-
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Robbins
like Tom.
is the crazy guy that Tom Cruise has to kill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a good
Awesome.
actor.
Yeah, he is good.
I would
I
be that
liked him.
crazy guy. I feel like if aliens took over the world, I
Yeah,
don't think
He's the guy from
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think you
Which
would
is
be.
like probably one of my. It's in my top 5 movies of all time, Shawshank. But
That's a good movie.
brave take there.
Well,
right up there with the new
it
Mortal
is
Kombat.
based on a short story,
Yeah.
so he had to kind of fill out everything with details. So he made it better.
True. Tom Cruise is one of those people. Like I know he's like a really, really bad person, but most of his movies I tend to enjoy.
Yeah.
Time traveling
Like, I like-
alien one is among my
Great at
favorites.
pretending to be someone other
I
than
like
On-
Oblivion. I liked what's the
on-
one? I even like the old one, Minority Report, where they're solving crimes that haven't happened yet.
Interesting.
Did you ever watch the movie In Time yet, Brandon? You gotta watch
No,
that.
I think it's on the list.
What's it about?
It's literally don't laugh, but it's Justin Timberlake. And
I've seen it. I've seen it.
And like literally, the only currency in the world is
Yeah.
the time clock on your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the poor people are like basically struggling to live every day, and the wealthy are like trading years of immortality.
That did look interesting.
Decades or centuries or millennia.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over the J Timberlake thing.
No, it's well worth watching. It's
What's-
an interesting.
He's
take on-
actually pretty good in it.
He is
I
really
believe
good in
that.
it.
He's not a bad actor.
No, I actually enjoyed him in
on
Trouble with the
Disney
Curve
Channel,
too.
whatever.
But so
Do what now?
Trouble with the Curve. I'm a baseball person, so I like baseball movies. I like that and Moneyball and all kinds of stuff.
You should check out Beer League.
I have not seen that. Maybe.
It's got Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid and Artie Lang of Artie Lang fame.
Okay, I'm literally 2006. How have I not?
Personally,
seen
for baseball movies, basketball will
baseball?
always be.
That's fucking awesome. So funny. When you said beer league, I thought you were gonna say beer fest. That's why I was like, yes,
That's
I
a
have
good
no.
one too.
I do like beer.
Alcohol. I just am a fan.
I like all Broken Lizards movies. I really like Club Dread. Like I think Club Dread is
Club Dread. That was actually like a good movie.
Club Dread is an underrated movie.
I could not
it's
sit
funny.
through the Slime and Salmon.
Oh,
The Slime and
Lula.
Salmon.
Lula's the star.
I slept. I changed the channel.
Man, on IMDb, this only gets a 5.9 out of 10 though. Beer
The
League.
Slime and Salmon, or
No, Beer League. Artie Lang.
dude, oh, I love Beer League.
I'm definitely gonna download it right now.
Bro, we're live on the internet. Make sure you're
yeah.
renting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but I will.
Fucking
I'll
whack
download it when I leave. It'll take like 3 minutes if there's any cedars.
Artie Lang is the main love interest in that one.
Ooh. A man after my heart.
I know, Dad.
No, like I love all the old Major League movies and all that sort of stuff. And Kingpin is like one of my favorite comedies.
That's a good one. I don't think I've actually seen from beginning to end Kingpin, but I have a weird relationship with Woody Harrelson. Like, I've heard some things about ramparting someone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I've also seen White Man Can't Jump, so I'm like torn.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Zombieland 1, but I've also seen Zombieland 2, so
Mm-hmm.
the jury's kind of in or out on Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Bill Murray's great and everything though.
Yeah. I do love Bill Murray.
I could watch Groundhog Day like every Groundhog Day.
I saw that in theaters.
You saw it in theaters?
Yeah.
That's
I was
awesome.
I was born in 88. I don't know what year that movie came out, but I saw that in theaters and it was just like,
93, I think.
wow.
Yeah, 93.
I remember seeing that and being like, Dude, that's the guy from Ghostbusters, and he's like making a woodchuck drive truck.
Mm-hmm. I
Awesome.
remember the. Do you remember what the first? Is that the first movie you ever saw in the theater?
It might have been SNL.
SNL.
Yeah, Saturday Night
Well,
Live.
in the theater.
Explain to the people what Saturday Night Live is. Silver, it's the famous pirate.
I'm only familiar with Saturday Night Live, the television show.
Yeah, that's the one. I would love to be on Saturday Night Live. I would provide a character for them. His name is Special.
Go on.
Special.
I feel like they don't want you.
Sometimes God gives me special brain dance parties.
You would be kicked out.
Yeah.
You don't think they like Special?
I think you need to be on cable television, not network television.
I think they should put a microphone in front of my face and make me talk to people.
You can replace Conan.
I would never replace Conan, the Barbarian.
Yeah.
I know a Madison, Wisconsin comedian that has performed on Conan's TV show.
Sweet.
I'm going to name drop.
Chris Farley?
No. What? Dude, he's dead.
He was dead before Conan.
Jesus.
He was a great comedian, though.
He was. Rip. He's buried here in Madison, Wisconsin, I hear.
Yeah.
I should go out to that graveyard. That would be a pilgrimage for me. Like, seriously. That would be an emotional thing for me.
Smoke a J on his grave.
I'd hear it have to do other things than Chris Farley.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah, I'm not into cocaine. It's just you jump on trains. Like, I don't.
That's the greatest drug ever, but fentanyl ruined it. But that's all I'll say about that.
It did taste like fentanyl. I did say that out loud. I'm like, this tastes like fentanyl, and they're like, motherfucker, you need to take another hit. It was not a choice. I should have taken it up the other nostril, but I took 2 up the left.
Oh.
It was
literally, I have nothing bad to say
I
about
had
the drug at all.
for a year.
Really?
I was hitting the vape pretty hard too.
That's amazing.
It was 1999, by the way. It was a long time ago.
Whoa. 1999? You were 11?
Yes. Dude,
you just said you were born in
Madison, Wisconsin. It's fucking hard.
Dude, I did smoke. Have you ever smoked crack? I smoked crack twice.
No, I've never had the option.
Both times.
My J. I've had people say things to me before.
Wow.
Savage kept me away from that crowd.
Yeah, both times I did it, I was like, "This is so awesome! I can never do it again." And then, like 5 minutes later, I was like, "Man, I wish I want some more crack."
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's insane how good cocaine is and how crazy you crave crack right away.
I don't like coke.
Oh, really? See, I haven't done it since I was in Vegas, I should say. So
Vegas?
Yeah.
So you were an adult. I was an adult too, but
yeah.
I don't know. Yesterday was the youngest I've ever been, so I don't know.
As soon as you're born, you're dying.
Hey-oh, here's the hoping.
That's an Iron Maiden lyric.
Is it? Breaking the law. Wait, no, it's Judas Priest. I'm sorry.
Judas Priest, yeah.
It's all gay to me.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like Saint Anger as an album.
Well,
hey, Iron Maiden's my favorite band of all time.
Okay, I'm sorry, Silver. I'm sorry.
But all right.
How long have we been recording for? This seems like a short episode. An hour and 2 minutes?
It's almost midnight. We've been going for almost 2 hours.
2 hours? 2 hours? Okay. Are you feeling the end of it? Have we said everything that needs to be said?
I've said everything I need to say.
We have a familiar face on. We don't know yet. We're in talks.
Okay.
We might have a social media manager again, which is cool because we've only had one, and they're the best social media manager we've ever had.
Here, here.
That would be phenomenal.
I drink to their memory and their continued fame and fortune.
Before we leave, we do have to decide the topic for next week. Justin, do you have any ideas? I can spout out some previous topics if you need some inspiration.
Yeah, it sounds like a Justin problem to figure out.
Well, it's kind of a theme now where we always get the guests to pick the next one for the next week.
You guys all I don't know your backgrounds. Have you guys all had crazy like driving or car accident stories? Poor life decisions with vehicles.
I feel like that's a bit of a downer episode, in some ways.
Hey, I'm not afraid of a challenge, Silver Doubloons, the famous pirate.
Sorry. I'm just talking out loud.
Pay me and
Any
I'll
of
do
your
it.
stories that come to mind involve grandma?
Which one?
Any?
Who?
Any of the stories that come to mind about or driving decisions they involve grandma?
One, it wasn't her fault. I mean, it kind of was because she was driving, but nobody died.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so not that.
She didn't drive as much after that,
I remember the time I asked April if she'd ever been in a car accident. And she told me this harrowing story, and then I only asked her it because I was trying to set up that joke, and I felt so terrible. Yeah, and so that's why that's why my gut reaction to that was like, ooh, that could be a bit of a downer.
My favorite thing about comedy, though.
Really? Like the long build up to the mediocre
awkward
joke.
Silence.
They do say
that life is
real.
And it happens to everyone that isn't you. Also,
it's not just about me. I'm just throwing. I'll do it. I'm just throwing my take out there.
I know. I like your take. That's
they do say with you. That comedy is just tragedy plus time.
Jesus.
Rip, F in chat. Plus time, plus 3F. Hey, let me ask you this, Silver Doubloons, famous pirate.
Go for it.
Where are we on getting a live recorded D&D session?
That's we'll have to talk about that. I mean, I don't know.
I want to resurrect Laszlo Akodama, famous vampire. He's undead. He can be raised from hell.
You know how my take on that is. I would love to do it. Everybody has to be on board.
Do I have to actually show up tomorrow and ask them, or have you pitched it at least once?
I've pitched it before, and I've been shut down. There's players who do not prefer to be recorded online like that.
What if we give them like voice changers or something like that?
Don't think that's really the concern.
No, you don't think that? You don't think it's being identified
listen,
on the internet?
If you want to show up, if you want to talk about it, but like let me ask you this: would you be comfortable if we said you had to change your voice in order to appease us?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if everybody would have that same reaction. But anyway, we'll talk about it offline. But
hey, what I'm asking, here's my requirement: we record it and we post it on the internet, regardless of the content.
Well, of course, yeah. Yeah.
So next week is poor Dungeons and Dragons decision.
Smoke school every day.
Dog.
Damn it, another ogre.
Oh yeah, you would have to play it ogre.
Ogres are cuddly, if you ask me. But I'm a Khajiit. Meow.
Dude, you should get somebody else. Dude, when we play D&D, you should get somebody else and be a two-headed ogre with them. That would be funny.
Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
I could see if Donnie was down for that some week and we could show up as like a boss.
I am. I don't know. I haven't talked to you about it, but I am working on a live Dungeons and Dragons game. I've already asked. They would like to
show up for 5 minutes tomorrow.
Oh shit! I said names again. But anyway, I've already asked my gym friends if they want to be interested, and I want you to be there too.
Ask their cat if they want to fuck live on stream for coin.
No.
What?
Ask the cat in person. Hey, do you want to buy live on stream for coin? And they'll be like, no. They'll flip their tail at you like a no. And then you'll be like, but here's what I really mean.
Sidebar story: I had a friend in high school that his father bred horses, and the horse's name was Salty Hobby Boy. And whenever there was a mare over to get bred, he used to invite us over and make popcorn so we could watch.
Dude, one time
I only went like twice.
My uncle and aunt asked us to stay over once, and we watched dogs fuck in their backyard, and they're like, watch this. This is beautiful. And then I never stayed the night over at their place ever again. But you watched horses fuck twice, and you're just like, yeah, I'm good.
I don't think I was with you when that happened, because I don't remember that ever happening.
I probably tried to shield you from that. As much of an asshole of a person I am to you, constantly, I tried to help you along somewhat.
Well, there was the story of when you attacked a nurse for trying to give me a shot.
We were very young, I hear.
Yes.
Oh, I did a similar thing.
I hear I bit the shit out of her. One time I bit a lady because she was sticking a needle in my brother's arm, I guess.
Wow. You really care about him.
And when I was 4, I smacked a girl because she was checking me out.
Yeah. Hey, bitch, stop looking at me. That's what you said. I think we were in Coles or something. I don't know. We were just like, no, bitch, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Why would you hit her?
I don't know.
You were
I don't
only
remember.
2.
I don't remember.
Bitch, stop it. You're accosting me with your eyes, I accost you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mom and Dad were apologizing up a storm for that one.
I'm so sorry my child hit your child.
I'm surprised I wasn't diagnosed with autism sooner.
Next week, children hitting children, the expose.
Are we doing poor automobilic decisions?
No, we're not doing that after you told me that other story.
Hey,
Justin, is that your name?
Yes, I'm out there.
If that's even your real name.
Justin
What's
Dorey
next for life decision topic?
Failed political runs.
I already did that. One time I told a Republican Wisconsin senator to go kill himself.
Ooh.
I already did that.
I want to hear the story of that.
That is the cliffhanger for
afterwards.
No, that's not a cliffhanger. We already did it. We already solved that problem. I told him to go. It's nothing personal. I think Tommy Thompson should jump off a fucking roof.
Oh, so he didn't.
If he lives, that's fine.
He didn't do it, though.
I just want him to not serve in the public light anymore, ever again. I just wish
all I'm hearing is that you're not as convincing as I thought you were.
I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything.
You tried to convince him to kill himself.
What? No. It's nothing personal. I don't think that... Okay. I apologize for my personal opinion. I think Tommy Thompson should jump off of a roof, incurring major brain damage so he doesn't qualify to serve as a government official here in Wisconsin. He might qualify in other countries or other states. I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's very inclusive of them. I just think he should jump.
You don't want him to end up
in a tall building. I think he should. I think his brain should not work the way that it works anymore.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. You don't want him to end up as a vegetable because that would be an insult to vegetables.
No, I eat vegetables. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm also an herbivore. I mean, a carnivore. Sorry, I got my Cretaceous periods mixed up.
Those aren't
Time to call it. Time to call it.
Yeah,
We
you're
got
talking
after
too many
that
different
sentence.
sciences.
For that
All right.
sentence.
Yeah.
I just think you should jump off a fucking tall building. I'm sorry. I apologize. If the cost is my political career, I apologize, Tommy Thompson. Not Tommy Thompson, fucking Scott Walker. I like Tommy Thompson.
You've been saying Tommy Thompson this whole
I think
time.
it's time to call it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting drunker from this point. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Let me list off some previous things we've done so you can get some
next week,
Okay.
politicians we want to die, and
No,
or politicians
we already did that. We already did that.
Okay,
New
politicians we've supported and then regretted.
Bernie Sanders. Spoiler alert. I think the Jews should run everything.
Whoa. Whoa. Is that like reverse racist?
Yeah, because I hate white people, and you can't be racist against white people.
That's true.
Hashtag me too.
Just poor. How about we just poor political decisions? We can. You don't have to. We don't have to narrow it down too much.
One time.
With a touch of non-scary vehicle accidents.
I've got a few of those.
It seems like a long episode title. Huh?
One time, Hillary Clinton and Orange Fuck the President were running against each other, and I wrote in Bernie Sanders. Poor life decision.
Wow.
Join us next week for poor political decisions on the poor life. Thank you all for joining us, as usual. If you took time out of your day.
As always, is Chris O'Donnell. I'm Val Kilmer. This is Top Gun. Aliens are real.
This was the special Brothers edition. The Brothers edition.
Right.
This was.
I'm Disney Plus. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just amazed Jimmy never came back. I was expecting Jimmy to come back.
No, hey. Bless him for watching.
Yes.
May his dumplings be bountiful.
All right.
Thanks.
Love you all.
Hey, hey. Good night, good luck.
Sleep well.
Goodbye.
You're beautiful. Good night. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.